Hi everybody, it's Claire with another art journal video. Actually, this is not really an art journal video. I am making a little tag book. This is a quick peek at it here. So you can see it is made from tags. It's got little pockets in it, and I've used some of Megan Quinlan's paper doll stencils to create some focal points for the pockets. It's a really fun project. This is a bit of a longer video than I would normally put on my channel, but I don't know, there was no way to make it any shorter without losing too much of the content. So I hope you enjoy it. I hope you don't find it too long, and maybe you'll have a go at creating something like this. So I think the inspiration for this is drawn from lots and lots of places. Obviously there's lots of Dina Wakley's products in here too. And then, like I say, there's Megan's stencils used for the focal point. So I'm using some tags. These are Dina Wakley tags. These are the 10-inch tags. I haven't added any gesso onto these, and I'm just going straight in with some magenta paint. I've watered it down a little bit using the thick brush, the wide brush, and just sweeping some of that colour on to one side of the tags to start off with. And then once that's dry, I'm then going to add some more colour as well. So then I'm going in with turquoise. I'm just adding a few bits of turquoise onto each of the tags. So I'm doing all the tags the same because I want the little book to kind of flow. I want it to have a coherence, so it kind of all works together. So then I'm going in with this mosaic circle stencil, which is from Dina Wakley, and I am using turquoise, but this isn't watered down this time. So sticking with the colours that I've already used and just adding a little bit of stenciling onto each of those tags. And then I'm just flipping those tags over, and on the bottom third of each of the tags I'm adding a little bit of colour, and again I'm using the same colours that I used the first time. I'm adding the magenta to start off with, and then again I'm going to go in with the turquoise, and because I want this bit to match with the front that we've done. This is the bit that's going to get folded over, so obviously we wanted some pattern to be there when we fold this over, otherwise there would just be the white part showing. So this I felt was the quickest way to do this. So again, using the same stencil, so I'm treating the backs exactly the same as the fronts so that they all work together. Then I'm using the Mantras stencil, and I am going in with, that might be fuchsia that I'm using there. So it's a slightly darker paint. Actually, I think it might be magenta, and I might just have kept the same blending tool on, so it's gone a bit lilac-y with a bit of the turquoise. It is, yes. So I've done the same to the fronts and the backs. Then what I'm doing is I'm putting them with the front side facing up. So no, not the... Oh, look, I'm folding that one the wrong way. Yeah, so when you put it down, you want the big side that you painted facing you, and you're going to fold the bottom third up. I'm not measuring anything. You can see I'm just kind of guessing this, and I'm lining it up to the first one that I folded so that I'm using that as my guide. I'm using the bone folder just to help that crease be nice and sharp at the bottom. But yes, when you fold it over, there shouldn't be any white parts showing. Look, and I'm going to fold that one the wrong way as well. Don't fold it that way, fold it the other way. Okay, so now I'm creating some little tabs. These are what's going to help make this into a little book. So these are just little squares of card, and I'm just folding those in half. So what's going to happen is when these get glued together, the first tab's going to go in between the two tags that get glued back to back, with one bit poking out. Now I just noticed I'd folded that the wrong way. And then you will add the next two tags onto the next tab and add another tab in that one. So you can gradually add more and more pages in. So I'm just clipping this together so that I can keep that in place. So I did add a little bit of tape onto these, double-sided tape to help stick them together, but I also used my sewing machine and whizzed around the edges on my sewing machine. I know this isn't a very good camera shot here, but you can see I've gone all the way around and trapped that piece of card in the tab card in there, and then that gets inserted in between the next two tags, and you need to add another tab in as well. So you will have another tab poking out the back. And I'm just adding a little bit of double-sided tape just to secure that in place, because it was just wibbling around too much with just the clips there. I'm just securing that, then adding a bit more tape there, adding the second tab. So this one will leave that little bit poking out, and that is where you will attach your next two tabs to. So once you get going with this, it does become really clear how to do it. And then I'm just going to whiz around that on my sewing machine and just go all the way around the edge. And that just helps secure these together a little bit more, makes it a little bit more sturdy. If you do use your sewing machine for sewing paper, don't forget every now and again you need to clean some of the paper pulp out of the dog feed, is it called, where the needle goes in, because it does collect in there. So that's those pages put together. So then you start the same process again. You get your next two tabs, add some tape onto that one. Put it on the wrong side. Add your next tab. Put your next tag in there, your extra one, your extra tab rather, if you've got it more pages to do. This might be the last page actually. I think it is. Yeah, I did 6 tags, didn't I? So yeah, but three lots of pages. Then I have got some cotton fabric. I'm just sticking it on some kitchen towel, and I'm going to spray this with gloss sprays just to create some coloured ribbon to use for the fastener. And I am using the same colour, so magenta, and I don't think I used turquoise, I think I used mineral. Yeah, that's definitely mineral and not turquoise. And then just flipping them over and spraying the other side. This is a really quick way to create some coloured ribbon. And then I'm just adding some, well, I was going to add some splatters, then I decided, oh, forget that, it's going to take me forever. I'm just going to add some fuchsia spray as well. I have probably just sprayed my sewing machine there as well. And then those I'm just going to sew in between the last 2 tags that we put in, so the very back page. So then you've got like a wraparound fastener that you can use to close your little book. So using 6 tags will create 6 pages with pockets. Pages that are back to back. And then I decided they were too long, so I'm just chopping a bit off. Okay, so that's the little book created. Then I am using the end of a small glue stick, and I just work my way through the book and just add some circles onto the pages just as an extra element. That took me quite a while because I had to dry each page before I could flip it over. So then I'm going in with Megan stencil on a piece of card where I've added some collage paper and a bit of gesso, a bit of Asemic writing as well, and I'm just adding some of these ladies from the paper doll stencils onto this card. I'm just using black paint to add those on there. And these are going to get cut out. So the reason I'm doing them on this board is that it's kind of make them all so that they are similar but slightly different. And then they're going to get cut out. And then I'm using one of the other paper doll stencils and just adding in a couple of those dolls as well. It's slightly larger, these ones. So it's nice to have a bit of a mix, really. These stencils are available in Megan's Etsy shop. You can go and have a look. She's got quite a few stencils in there now for sale, and she will ship, well, obviously she'll ship to the UK. Yeah, it's definitely worth going and having a look. So then these are going to get cut out as well. Now this is a technique, or excuse me, that Megan showed on her YouTube channel, using a Stabilo awl and just adding some little marks in for the face and then water activating them. You can create quite an interesting looking face doing this. So, and it's quite a quick way to work as well. So you get the idea of a face, but you're not worrying too much about the details. I've only added 5 dolls. I think I decided not to add anything onto the very back page. But obviously you can even add more into your pockets if you want to. You don't have to just put a doll in there. The possibilities are endless. Then I'm using one of Megan's other stencils, just going to add some more botanical elements and little bits onto the pages just to break those up a little bit more interest on there. So I'm just stenciling in using the black paint these leaves. They're going to get cut out as well. Bit fiddly. As you know, I don't like cutting out. I hate it. I find it so boring. Ooh. But it's got to be done, hasn't it? Sometimes you've just got to get on. Okay, then I'm just looking through my scrap box and to find something that I can use, because I want to put a little heart on each of these ladies, and decided I would go with that little piece that's already down there, the circle. I'm just going to cut some hearts out and then they will get attached to each of the paper dolls. So then I've sped this bit up a little bit more, otherwise I think you'd have been here till forever watching this. So now I am just decorating the little book and just adding on the extra elements and some more mark making, and just doodling on some of these bits that I've cut out from Megan's stencils. I ended up not using those cut out hearts. I felt that they weren't bright enough, so drew them on with a pink Posca pen instead. I'm sticking these little elements on using a glue stick, and I was going to staple them, but then realised that if I stapled them you wouldn't be able to get anything in the pocket, so that would defeat the object of having a pocket tag book, wouldn't it? So not very sensible, but at least I realised that before it was too late, because that was good. And then yeah, just working on building up the interest in this book, and then deciding I would add some more stenciling onto the little dolls, giving them some cheeks and some doodles in their hair. So really just playing with adding some extra interest to each of these. And then I'm just stenciling some of these lovely flowers onto there as well. So just mixing up the elements that I'm adding into these pages. And these are going to get doodled onto as well. This is a fun little project to have a go at doing. You could do it with Tim Holtz paper dolls as well. And there's all sorts. The possibilities are endless of what you could put into a little book like this. And then again, I'm just using that stencil, adding a little bit more stenciling on there and some more making some more dots. And then I am using Dina Wakley's ledger sheets just to add some text onto these pages. And so I'm just working my way through and selecting little phrases that I feel kind of work with, I don't know, I guess ones that kind of spoke to me at the time, and just popped those on to the bottom of those folded tags. Okay, and then I decided that the ribbon was a little bit plain, so I decided I would stamp some black circles onto there. And I also added a little bit more colour to the paper dolls and some pocks, as Dina calls them, or splatters. So here we are. Here's a slower look at the finished booklet. It was lots of fun to make. It was a great way to use Megan's stencils. Like I say, there's influence from all sorts of people in this little book, as is the case when there are lots of, I don't know, especially on Instagram, there are so many fabulous mixed media artists sharing their work. It's difficult not to be influenced by other people. But yeah, so this is a little tag book I created using Megan stencils with lots of Dina Wakley products on there too. So I hope you've enjoyed this longer video. If you've managed to stick with it right to the end, well done you. You need to give yourself a pat on the back because it is quite a long one. Like I say, I don't normally put ones on that are this long. So I hope you've enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you again soon.